He is here, doing what needs to be done, what I can't do anymore. What needs to be done? For my sake and theirs. The boy's gone silent. Alright. Papa? Where are you? I'm ready to end this one way or the other. There you are, old man. Let's talk this out like civilized people now. I'm sure it can come to a reasonable compromise. I hope.
Papa?
Alicia.
Please, I just want you to understand what this canvas means to me.
I do understand. I know how powerful and intoxicating it is. How deeply attached we can become to the worlds we pour our hearts and souls into. I was enthralled, and it nearly killed me.
It doesn't mean you have to erase Verso's canvas.
Child, do you think I want to? After all the sorrows we've endured, do you really think that I want to destroy this last piece of his soul?
Then don't.
Life keeps forcing cruel choices. We do what we must.
Grief often blinds us, and we make choices we can never take back.
You grieve for two.
I grieve for many.
The choices of parents leave indelible marks upon their children. But ultimately, the voices in their head have to be their own. You cannot set the boundaries of their life for them.
After the fire, you wanted me to find new joy in life. And I tried. But I couldn't. Verso died because of me. How do I get from that to joy?
Child, it will get better, I promise you. But this is not the way. Your friends speak truth. And it changes nothing. You can hate me. But that's a choice I must make. As your father, I must look out for you. Especially when you can't look out for yourself.
You treat me as if I'm still 5!
I treat you as if the shadow from the worst day of our lives is going to suffocate you and take you from us too! Enough. I said Enough.
You got some good points, but... Ooh. Look, you make good points, I must admit, but... Must we take such drastic actions?
Let's dance.
Siren rescues Renoir. What? Oh, he's got the axons. How do I fight against that?
This insanity, it's time to go home.
I do love a challenge, but this is beginning to irk me.
What's that going?
He keeps regenerating.
Maybe we focus on the axons first.
Oh, what's this? Oh,
She can't.
Mama.
Aline, you're going to kill yourself. It's too soon for you to return to any canvas.
Spill some ink.
okay. Summon.
How can you be this selfish, Aline?
Huh? Wood meters? Oh. Please. Okay. We're still offensive. Not really have much in the way of AP.
I can do it.
Now I got a fair bit of AP. Am I don't think I'm inverted anymore, which is good. So I think we just go again. Get the heal.
Ready to carry.
Eileen, look at Alicia. She can't be here. Eileen, it's supposed to be you and me. Not you against me.
Go home, Renoir. Go paint something else.
Why am I the only one who sees this?
Oh! Ouch!
This will hurt. That's better.
Let's go get stuff, Homage. I'll set up nicely if there's another phase.
Put aside the canvas. It's killing you both.
Not this time!
Oh! Was that even the right? Was that right? Because honestly, I don't think we should be hiding the cameras. But I don't think we need to go as far as destroying it either. Just a little visit from time to time, you know?
Ironic. Your mother was the one who saved me when I lost myself in a canvas. She taught me how to safely use our gift. How to soar without flying too close to the sun. We painted hundreds of canvas worlds, pushing the very boundaries of creation. And she never let me forget that every day we spent here has a price. Yet, here we are now.
So trust her. If she's doing this, then...
I trust what she taught me. This is not a game. You think you know what's at stake, but you don't.
I know precisely what's at stake. You want control. You want to feel like you're doing something. You couldn't save Verso, so you want to save us. Except you're not. Destroying the canvas won't help us move on. It'll just deny us the one place that helped us feel again.
67 years. 67 years I spent trapped within the monolith. But I persisted. I persisted. Do you know why? Do you know why I cannot leave her or you behind? This is what I see every day. I cannot spend another day with living corpses. Since the fire, our family has crumbled. Aline in the canvas. Claire fighting a solitary war. You, a living ghost. Verso's death broke us. Want it to be fixed. I need it to be fixed. I cannot lose you too.
Don't you see? That's how I feel about them. I can't lose them either. I've lost too much. Papa, see? I've lost so much.
We both lost so much.
Papa, I don't want to lose you either. I'm not leaving you forever. Just a little longer.
I want to trust you, but
You can.
keep the light on for you. I hope you find peace. Hold on to each other.
Alright. That's probably about as good as we could have hoped for that to turn out.
Verso!
I'm sorry.
What? What is he doing? Wait, what? Huh? What has he done precisely? Is this the monolith? I think I'm inside the monolith. How do you? Huh. Is there anything else here? Just the boy painting? Just stop painting.
You're tired of painting, aren't you? I'm tired too.
Huh?
That's...
So...
You shouldn't be able to be here.
Mamon's gift.
Oh.
Why did you run in? It's dangerous for you here.
See things as they are. Not how you want them to be.
What?
You lied to your father.
No.
He saw it too. But he wanted to believe. You're going to die here. Why don't you just leave? You can always come back.
The moment I leave, Papa will erase this canvas.
This is not worth your life.
What life? My life of loneliness in a shell of a body, with no voice and no future.
You're my El. No matter where you are, you don't need this canvas.
But everything I want is here. Here I have a chance to live, Verso to live. Out there I merely exist.
Life keeps forcing cruel choices.
Stop quoting Papa!
It's time to stop painting.
Verso!
Ooh.
Papa also said, hold on to each other.
Having a quote off.
I'm sorry.
No, don't make me fight you. Decide the fate of... Who am I even fighting against? Decide the fate of the canvas. Oh. Oh. Oh my goodness. If I'm Verso fighting Maya, I'm not even sure if I can win. This is so complex. It is. Right? Because, I mean, the central conflict here is basically, like... When does, like, escapism become unhealthy, right? Right, because Mel, Alicia, her life on the outside kind of sucks right now. And so she's retreating into this canvas where, you know, she's not maimed, where she has a brother that's still alive, where she's, again, basically kind of a goddess in this world and can bend it to her will and make whatever she wants happen. And it's nice, but it's also not real, right? It's not the real world. Right? To spend a lifetime in a world that doesn't actually exist, that's... Like, I can't even properly explain it, but that's just existentially sad. On the flip side, though, you understand where she's coming from. I mean, things are really bad. Right? There's apparently a war going on. She's maimed. She can't speak. She'll probably never be able to speak. She's got scars all over her face. And I think she might even have a missing eye as well. Like, it's not a fun life out there. So I understand the temptation, don't get me wrong. But ultimately, like, you've got to... You can't just retreat into fiction and fantasy to escape the cruelties of reality. Right? Maybe a visit every now and then as a reprieve, but not as a replacement for a real life. And so... Like, I don't think the canvas has to be destroyed, but if she doesn't have the self-control to not lose herself in it, then sometimes the best way to deal with such a destructive temptation is to get rid of the source. Which makes me think you fight as Verso. But there's another layer here, which is, this canvas is so real. Right? It's fake, but it's real. Like, these people, like, in it, like, it seems to be filled of sentient human beings living their own lives. And can you really... Can you snuff that out? Destroy a whole world of living, thinking, breathing people? And again, like, it doesn't have to be destroyed, right? It's one of the last mementos of her dead brother. And yet... Like, she should be able to keep it. Visit every now and then. Reminisce about the good old times, but if she can't... If you can't control that impulse, then it's better not to have it. I don't know. I mean, that's even bringing up questions like, you know, the theoretical questions of, like, is a simulation actually inferior to reality? Right? Like, and why is reality better? Right? If you can have a higher quality of life in a fake, in a fantasy, in a simulation, in this canvas, right? If that gives you the more satisfying life from your own subjective perspective, like, who am I to stop you? Right? I mean, I guess you aren't making, like, your impact and mark on the real world, but let's be honest, how many people really truly do that in the first place? Right? I mean, the, you know, butterfly theory and all that, of, like, you know, every even small action can have ripple effects across time. Like, you know, realistically, your average guy just working the 9 to 5, you're not changing the course of history or anything, necessarily. Realistically, the world probably wouldn't be much different if you retreated into, you know, 100, 200 years down the line, if you retreated into a simulation, into a fantasy. And just withdrew. Is it hubris to think otherwise, to think I'm so important that I have to be existent in reality, even if it makes my own life worse, from my perspective, just so that the rest of the world can have the privilege of, you know, my existence? It's not just your choice, is it? If Mael stays in this canvas, it seems like, again, if it was just, let's have it around and visit from time to time and reminisce, like, that's fine. But if the plan is actually, I'm just gonna live out the rest of my days here, like, again, I understand the appeal because of just how much better life in here can be for her versus in the outside world, but if that's the plan, then you are effectively dead to the rest of your family. Right? I mean, maybe they can come and visit in the painting, but like, that's not the same. And how can you do that, right? They're already mourning the loss of their son and brother, and then you're going to effectively commit suicide? To give up on reality, give up on life, and just retreat into this world? And what's that gonna do? Right, this family's already falling apart about losing one child. To lose the second? How selfish do you have to be to do that? To cause that to come about? And yet, we've spent so much time here. You know, Lune, Ciel, the Nevrons, the Gestrals. And like they seem so real. Can we really just destroy all of that? If they are conscious, if they are real, if they're in a certain sense, then like, what right do we have to just snuff them out? Can one really say that the well-being, the psychological well-being of one family justifies destroying a whole world, a whole universe? Right? Imagine if our universe was some simulation somewhere, right? In like a higher plane of existence. And for some reason, like pulling the plug would make one person in that, or one family in that universe, much more fulfilled in life. Like, as someone down here, like if that were the situation, I'd be pretty upset if they pulled the plug, destroyed an entire universe of people, of thinking, feeling beings, just for the sake of one family in the higher plane of existence. But if there is such a thing, these layers of reality, then surely the higher planes of existence must get priority. If only because the lower planes are contingent upon the higher planes. Right? I mean, in much of the same way, like, I honestly don't care if, like, hundreds of animals suffer if it makes the life of one human being markedly better. Because, like, the human being is just on such a different strata of, like, moral relevance to me in terms of caring about it. Like, similarly, if there are multiple layers of reality here, maybe a lower layer of reality legitimately is worth less than even just a single human life in the layer above it. I mean, Renoir, he said what? That they painted hundreds of these canvases? I mean, if that's what, like, one couple can do, make hundreds of these worlds, then these worlds must be a dime a dozen. Heck, even if we destroy this world, there's nothing to stop Mael from painting a new world to use. And heck, she repainted Lune and Ciel in this very world. She could probably repaint a lot of what she misses out of this world with great accuracy. And I mean, if we come back to reality, like, if I was, like, writing a book or something, right, and I had to just, like, trash a book, like again, if I'm thinking of this canvas in terms of it being just a work of art, like, I've got to delete a book to, you know, for the psychological well-being of the rest of my family, I'm deleting that book in a heartbeat. Yeah, I am burning that picture if that's what it'll take. I know I can't really think of why that would end up being the case, but, like, I'd do it. Like, there's not a chance in hell I would even be thinking about it. Like, well, I mean, I know, like, my sibling is, like, going to be in psychological distress for the rest of their life if I keep this work of art around, but I really like the work. Like, no, that's not even a thought process. Here's the issue, right? I think this is the way I can sum it up. A drink every now and then, it's not bad. Might even be a net positive, dependent in certain circumstances. But if you know someone's an alcoholic, you don't put beer in the house. You know, a vice or even just a thing that's generally harmless. It's fine. Unless you're the sort of person that can't handle it. And I'm sorry, but I don't think Male can handle this. If she can't use the canvas responsibly, then she shouldn't have it. That's my choice. Sorry, Mal. It's for your own good. I was expecting her to be a bit tougher than that. Maybe deep down she realized that I was right. Sorry.
Don't do this. Don't leave me again.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, huh? You've got this incredible power to paint. You'll never have to suffer a life you don't want. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. I will miss you guys.
Sorry. Sorry.
It's okay. It's over. Versa.
Yeah. Epilogue. A Life to Love. That's an encouraging subtitle, at least.
Miroir du temps, nos histoires s'alignent dans le creux de nos mains. Deux mondes se dessinent, l'un peint de rêve où le chagrin s'efface, l'autre nu et réel où notre deuil prend place. Au lendemain non écrit, sous les étoiles où tout commence, rien ne finit. Dans l'étreinte du destin, les liens restent éternels dans le dessin. Toi le vierge, horizon lointain, peignons ensemble les couleurs de demain. Au clair obscur, œuvres infinies. Chaque pas trace la route d'une vie. Au lendemain non écrit, sous les étoiles où tout commence, rien ne finit. Dans l'étreinte du destin, les liens restent éternels dans le dessin.
I think it's just my imagination. Man. It was Clair Obscur Expedition 33. That's a good game. Very good. Like almost on a different like strata than that. So yeah, that was a very good experience. Interesting story. I'm not normally the biggest fan of the games when they do the like. Oh, there's multiple endings. With the multiple endings, is just like you make one choice at the very end of the game. I think it works here though, because like, basically, because I think a lot of times it's done as sort of a cheap like, ooh, we'll say you have agency and we'll be like, it's an interactive medium. You can pick whatever cool nonsense you want at the end. Here though, like. I think it takes advantage of the interactive medium in the sense of it's because like in most stories there's like some sort of thematic like thrust to it, and in this one it ended up kind of becoming apparent this thrust of like escapism, the proper way to like grieve and whatnot, and basically that last decision is more or less asking you, like, okay, well, we've been through this experience together. What's your take on the themes, right? After it all, after all's been said and done, where do you come out on this? Whose side do you take? Which I think works pretty well. That works fairly well. And obviously I'm immediately curious as to like what precisely happens if you side with the male at the end there, but I think we made the right choice. Because you can't lose yourself like that. You can't give up on life. But yeah, I mean, as far as the game as a whole, story great, graphics and art direction wonderful, music. I mean, this is probably the best. It's probably not an exaggeration to say this might be the best video soundtrack I've experienced. I guess it's up there for certain. And luckily, it's the whole album is on the music streaming service I'm subscribed to, so I get to listen to it whenever I want. And now I get to not even worry about like listening too far into the album and getting spoiled. Gameplay, satisfying, very good. If I like again, it's sort of like the Paper Mario. Like I think it works on multiple levels. I think that just the second to second dodge, the strategy by turn, whole thing is very nice. But I also just love the customization. Like you can really build your characters like how you see fit, and they're just fun combos you can make. I mean, if I had one critique about it, I would say that I think the game is a bit too easy to sort of break, especially in Act 3. Right, I think Act 1 was very well balanced. Act 2, you can start getting some synergies that really start trivializing a lot of encounters. But then, even through Act 2, you at least have the damage cap in place, so you can't ever get too crazy. Like, you're never just gonna one-shot a boss or something because of that. Act 3, you take away the damage cap. You start having access to some more, like, endgame type contents that you can interact with. And I think it gets a bit easy to get, like, extremely overpowered in Act 3. And I don't know what the off the top of the head what the design solution would be to that. Or maybe it's okay. Like, I mean, honestly, one could argue it was a bit of an anticlimax that I was just killing everything in one shot in the final area. But I do think I think it thematically works, honestly. Right? And I'm not, obviously not everyone's gonna have the same experience as me, but you know, I focused on Mael. She was like extremely overpowered, and so we end up with the situation where we go back to Lumiere and she's just tearing through everything. She even basically one-shot the boss in the first phase, and it works because thematically it just highlights the extent to which why there's so much appeal to her of staying in the canvas, right? Yeah. On the outside, she's a cripple. On the inside, she's like a literal goddess that can bend reality itself to her will. And that's like just such a temptation. And the fact that you can be so overpowered in that last thing, the fact that you can basically one-shot the boss, and it's really not that hard to do necessarily. Like I don't think I specifically really grinded it. Like the only thing I did that could be considered grinding was like taking on that tower, but that was just me, you know, taking on what the challenges presented to me. Like I never went back to an area and was like, oh, I'm just gonna kill enemies until I level up enough to make the game easy. But no, I think being so overpowered in that last area, while maybe not the most satisfying gameplay experience, I think really actually tied the themes together very nicely. I'm not sure if that's intentional or just a happy little accident of my playthrough happened to pan out, but I think it works, regardless. And yeah. I'll be curious to see what the studio makes next. Obviously, I'm not expecting anything super soon. I think this game was like something like a 6-year project, maybe closer to like 4 of like active development. I mean, I'd be very curious because obviously there's a lot of opportunities in the same world, right? If they want to make a direct sequel, heck, sky's the limit. I mean, technically anything can happen in the canvas. I'd be very curious to see like something that focuses more on the outside world. See, like, because we get some like lines here and there of like, oh, there's a war, there's writers and stuff. I'd be curious to see like that whole fantasy realm sort of fleshed out more so. But yeah, I'll be looking forward to seeing what they do next. That's for certain. Thank you. All right. Well then. Looks like that's that. Doesn't look like there's any like bonus content available after beating the game. So yeah. Thank you for joining me today. That's been Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Hope you enjoyed. I certainly did.